guys, it is April from Getting Hygge With It. I went shopping like I do. I had the very best luck at a Value Village and I found just tons of thrillers there and very new releases. This whole haul I would say would have cost about $30. Now that is not my usual. I usually love to go to the library and go to library book sales and they're only like $1 or $2. But I could not pass up these books at the Value Village. So let's get into it. So the first book that I picked up is White Bodies by Jane Robbins. I think this has had a lot of good buzz on YouTube as well as Goodreads. I think this is meant to be kind of a retelling of, I think it's Strangers on a Train by Patricia Highsmith. I have that on my shelves and have not had a chance to really delve into that. I think I started that one and then put it down. But this is kind of a modern day retelling and it follows two sisters, and one of the sisters suspects that her sister is in an abusive relationship. This man is incredibly controlling and she starts to try to like dive into what's going on, and she finds this online group that's kind of like for people that have, you know, loved ones in abusive relationships. And so she starts talking there and all of a sudden one of her friends, her online friends, is killed. And then suddenly the guy that her sister is dating is killed and she's wondering, is this a coincidence or is someone doing this on purpose and is it my fault? It sounds really good. It just came out this past summer, so I cannot believe my luck. And it really doesn't look like anyone read this. I love it when it just appears like it's brand new. So that was the first one that I got. The next book that I got was He Said, She Said by Erin Kelly. Now, one of my coworkers and dear friends, Sandra, just read this for her book club and she really seemed to enjoy it. And this tells the tale of a young couple. They kind of travel the world looking for solar eclipses. That's what they do in their spare time. So one of these journeys leads them into this very awkward situation where our main female character, Laura, sees what she thinks is like a fight or something just going wrong between a man and a woman. She suspects he's up to no good, and she is able to put a stop to it. And the woman in that situation seems extremely grateful. However, I believe that the man is very powerful, or someone in that situation is very powerful and starts making their lives hell. So our main characters, that couple, they start to have to like look behind their back all the time and they feel like they're on the run at all moments because of this one night. It sounds really fun. Again, it barely looks like anyone read this. It looks so brand new. The next book that I picked up is Truly Madly Guilty by Liane Moriarty. And I feel like I need to apologize to Julie from A Girl in a Book. Both Julie and I really love Liane Moriarty, but she read this and she didn't like it. And she's like, April, just don't bother. But I saw it and it's in very good condition, and what if I like it? I don't know. So I just went for it. And this is all about a barbecue and families in suburbia and a barbecue gone terribly wrong. It sounds very similar to Big Little Lies, although I've heard that it's not nearly as good, obviously. But yeah, I love Liane Moriarty, so I do want to give it a shot just in case I have a different perspective. This next one I was so phenomenally excited that I saw on the shelves, and it's Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz. And I'm going to read you the little blurb. So Alan Conway is a best-selling crime writer. His editor, Susan Ryland, has worked for him for years, and she's intimately familiar with his detective, Atticus Pund, who solves mysteries disturbing sleepy English villages. Alan's traditional formula pays homage to queens of classic British crime, like Agatha Christie and Dorothy Sayers. It has proved hugely successful, so successful that Susan must continue to put up with his troubling behavior if she wants to keep her job. When Susan receives Alan's latest manuscript, in which Atticus Pund investigates a murder at Pye Hall, an English manor house, she has no reason to think it will be any different from the others. There will be dead bodies, a cast of intriguing suspects, and plenty of red herrings and clues. But the more Susan reads, the more she realizes that there's another story hidden in the pages of the manuscript. One of ambition, jealousy, and greed, and that soon it will lead to murder. Now, I have only heard wonderful things about Magpie Murders, and I am so eager. I also freaking love this cover. It's great. Now, sadly, I think someone spilled something on the back. You can tell that, like, it's a little waterlogged, if a book can be waterlogged, but just on the back, and I forgive it for that, so I picked that one up. This next one I did get at a library sale for $1, and it's The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson. I just finished reading Her Every Fear by Peter Swanson and loved it. So The Kind Worth Killing also seems like it's a nod to Strangers on a Train. So in this, we have Ted and we have Lily, and they are kind of on a layover at the airport, and they meet one another. Ted starts really opening up about his life to Lily, and he's talking about how his marriage is really not going well. He's been betrayed in some way by his wife, and Ted kind of jokes around about how he'd love to kill his wife, and Lily kind of takes it seriously. She takes it seriously, and then they start having this other strange conversation that he wasn't expecting, and they are thrown into the game of cat and mouse between Ted and Lily, and I'm eager to find out who comes out winning. So yes, Peter Swanson, I'm learning, is a wonderful, wonderful writer, and I think if I like this one, I will basically read anything he's written because I really loved Her Every Fear so much. So yes, happy to have that. And this last one is more of a horror than a thriller, but let's just say it's a thriller. It's The Ruins by Scott Smith. And this follows two couples, and they're going on this hike, and things start to go really wrong. I think they stumble upon like an archaeological site that's really creepy, and they start to suspect that there are others among them. It sounds wonderful. I've wanted to read this for a very long time, so yes. I also picked up Lie to Me by J.T. Ellison. This is J.T. Ellison's most recent book that she came out with, and this is about a marriage that's kind of gone wrong. This is about a couple who really love each other, and they also really hate each other. And one day, Seton, the woman in the relationship, she leaves. She leaves a little note and says, I'm gone, don't come looking for me. The community and the media is starting to, you know, gossip and wonder what actually happened to Seton, and fingers are starting to point to Ethan. Now this sounds so much like Gone Girl is kind of crazy. I'm assuming it's going to take a totally different angle than Gone Girl, but it does sound really, really fun, so I picked that one up. That is my little thriller slash horror haul. Let me know, have you read any of these? I would love to know your thoughts on them, and let me know what thriller you have read lately that blew your mind, that you were hooked on. I would love to know, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!